All right, let's have some real talk this morning. I'm talking to my people. We got to get serious about something that's hitting our community way too hard. I'm talking about stroke. Now, I know what you're thinking. Steve, that's an old folks problem. But let me tell you something. That ain't the truth no more. It's hitting us younger, it's hitting us harder, and it's messing up families. We're losing mamas, daddies, brothers, and sisters way too soon. We work so hard to build a life, to buy that house, to send our kids to college. But none of that matters if we ain't here to see it. I see it all the time. We gather for the cookout, the family reunion, the Sunday dinner. We're laughing, telling stories, and eating good. But what's on that plate? Fried chicken, mac and cheese dripping with goodness, potato salad, sweet potato pie. Don't get me wrong, I love it just as much as you do. That's soul food. That's love on a plate. But we have to be honest about what that food, year after year, is doing to our bodies. We're fueling up with the very things that are putting us in the danger zone. It's a hard conversation to have, I know. Nobody wants to be the one to tell Auntie May to put the salt shaker down. But we gotta love each other enough to have these tough talks. Think about the men in your life. Your husband, your father, your son. We're taught to be strong, to be providers, to not complain. We walk around like we're Superman, but we ain't bulletproof. We'll take the car for an oil change every 3,000 miles, but we won't go get a simple checkup for ourselves. We ignore the warning signs. We say, oh, it's just a headache or I'm just tired. We chalk it up to stress from the job. We're too proud or too busy to see a doctor. That pride is killing us, y'all. All right, this next part is maybe the most important thing you're gonna read today. I need you to listen up. I need you to memorize this. I need you to teach it to your kids, your spouse, your parents, everybody. If you suspect someone is having a stroke, you have to act fast. That's an acronym, a memory trick, to help you remember what to look for. Because when a stroke is happening, every single second counts. Your brain isn't getting the blood it needs, and brain cells are dying. The F in FAST stands for face drooping. Ask the person to smile. A big toothy grin. If one side of their face droops or looks uneven, that's a major red flag. It might look like their smile is lopsided. Don't just brush it off. Don't say, oh, you're just tired. Next up is A, which stands for arm weakness. Ask the person to raise both of their arms straight out in front of them, like they're holding a pizza box. Hold them there for about 10 seconds. If one arm starts to drift downward, or if they can't lift one arm at all, that's another huge warning sign. The S stands for speech difficulty. Is their speech slurred? Are they hard to understand? Ask them to repeat a simple sentence. Something like, the sky is blue. Can they say it clearly? Or do the words come out jumbled and confused? They might not be able to speak at all, or they might say things that don't make any sense. So we've talked about the problem and we've talked about how to spot it. Now let's talk about the solution. How do we fight back? How do we get off the defensive and go on the offensive against stroke? It starts with what you put on your fork. I know nobody wants to hear it, but you've got to cut back on the salt. Salt is a major driver of high blood pressure. That means less fried food, less processed junk, and reading the labels on cans and boxes. Start using more herbs and spices to season your food. I'm telling you, you can make food taste good without burying it in salt. Next on the list, you got to get moving. You don't have to go out and run a marathon tomorrow. Just start somewhere. Take a walk around the block after dinner. Put on some music and dance in your living room for 30 minutes. Finally, and this is a big one for the fellas especially, you have to see your doctor, for real. Go get a regular checkup. Know your numbers. What's your blood pressure? What's your cholesterol? What's your blood sugar? If your doctor gives you medicine for high blood pressure or diabetes, you have to take it every single day. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. Look, I know I've thrown a lot at you. We've talked about some heavy stuff, but I don't want you to walk away from this feeling scared or overwhelmed. I want you to feel inspired. This is about hope. This is about power. The power to change your story. The power to protect your family. The time for talking is over. It's time for action. It starts today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not on New Year's Day. Today. You are descended from kings and queens who overcame the impossible. You have that same resilience running through your veins. You can do this. I believe in you. Let's make a promise to ourselves and to each other that we will fight for our health, that we will be there for our families, and that we will build a stronger, healthier community for our children. It's our time to live long, prosperous, and healthy lives. Now let's go out there and claim it.